friends. Welcome to this series on creating a rest habit, devotion to a rest habit. My name is Sarah Nelsen. I'm a yoga therapist. I am a huge fan of restorative yoga and guided meditation or yoga nidra. I think these practices have such a profound healing effect, and especially in the world we're living in where we're inundated with information. There's always something to distract us, something to do. We live in this like go, go, go society. I find the importance of taking a moment, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you can do to take a pause, to step back and just take a few minutes for yourself. It's so important. It's so healing, not just for us, but for everyone we come into contact with. The more rested we can be, that's going to impact our relationships with others, and it's a wonderful practice. And so in this series, this short little series, I'm going to talk about why we do the practice, how to set yourself up, how to create a habit, and then I'll share some practices, including a restorative yoga practice that you could do in a chair, some single poses, some breath work, all the good stuff. So thanks for being here. I'm excited to have you, and watch for more videos. Let's start with why you might rest. So I'll tell you a little bit about my history with rest, and especially with restorative yoga. I came to a restorative yoga practice many years ago, decades ago now, because of my anxiety levels. And while the practice was challenging, I also found it deeply restful. So if I could stay long enough in a shape, breathing, I was able to calm my nervous system, turn on my relaxation response, and reduce my anxiety. I will say this, I didn't do it in the midst of like a panic attack. That would be too challenging for me, but low level, medium grade anxiety, if I could get myself to a rest practice, that helped with my anxiety. The reasons I practice these days, similar. It's to keep that kind of low level anxiety at bay, but also it's a connection to, for me, a connection to spirit. So to listening to my inner voice of wisdom. It gives me a chance to step away from the noise and all of the input, the news, the social media, everything, and just take some time with myself to be quiet and reflective and make that connection to my body, to my mind, to my spirit, to notice what's happening. So sometimes we stay so busy that we're able to not notice, if the body is trying to get our attention, or our minds, or our spirits. So for me, those are the reasons I have and that I continue to practice. But other reasons people come to a rest or restorative yoga practice include working on lowering blood pressure, reversing type 2 diabetes, insomnia, depression, chronic pain is a big one. Any sort of chronic health condition that is exacerbated by the sympathetic nervous system activation, the release of excess cortisol, those sorts of things, migraines. People come to this practice to get a little bit of relief from that, to learn how to turn on or turn up the relaxation response, the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. The more we practice it, the easier it is to turn it on or to turn it up, and the more likely we are to have that tool when we really need it. And so I don't just practice on the days when I don't feel great. I also practice on the days when I feel really good. And I'm just creating those grooves in my brain that this is a practice I do, and Here's why I do it. And then I can return to it on the days when I'm not feeling as good. So I invite you to think about your reasons, your motivation for creating a regular rest practice. You might even journal about them. And it's helpful to come back to those reasons as you embark on a new habit.